I have a question for you with two possible answers, and these answers dictate the direction that Dragon Ball as a whole goes in the future, whether it be canon, not canon, anime, or fan manga. Which direction do you think Dragon Ball should go? Should we focus more on Saiyan stories such as Universe 7 Saiyans or Universe 6 Saiyans, or should we focus more on angel stories such as deities, gods of destruction, Zeno? Let me know your answer in the comment section below, because my answer may differ, and I'll tell you why.
Prepare yourself, Dan Saiyan.
If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you never miss an upload. These are today's hashtag End of Video Squad winners. If you would like to join them, make sure to watch till the very end of this video. Drop your comment with that hashtag for a chance to be given a shout out in my next video. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you my answer, and it may be controversial to some of you because I know a lot of you guys love the Saiyans, and even though we've seen the majority of what we need to see from the Saiyans in Universe 7 with the addition of Broly, Paragus, Dragon Ball Super Broly, and Dragon Ball Minus, we still have a whole bunch of information and stories that can be gathered from Universe 6 Saiyans, plus we have Caulifla, Kale, and Cabba, which have a lot of potential in their own right. And for me, I think that personally we should focus more on angels and the deities, mainly because the Saiyans have gotten a lot of love and explanation, maybe too much explanation at this point, on their abilities, history, and whatnot. And the angels are largely a mystery. We don't know much about them. We don't know how their hierarchy really works. We're finding a little bit about it in the actual official Dragon Ball Super manga, but this is the direction that I want the focus of Dragon Ball to go, because these are what make the fabric of the Dragon Ball world. Angels, Zeno, gods of destruction, Kais, the fabric. And I would like to know more about how this fabric works. That is why I choose this storyline as opposed to a Saiyan storyline. But again, that's not to say that your answer is wrong, it's just not my answer. This is a Dragon Ball fan manga that takes place after Dragon Ball Super, and it tells the story of Whis' best friend and how important his best friend is to him based on Whis' reactions to his best friend and why he fears him. The story begins with Frieza, of course it does, and he is throwing a temper tantrum in space, blowing up asteroids, planets, just going to town on his area of space. He is royally pissed off because of the Tournament of Power. He's probably had a few nights to sleep on it and think about it and realize that he wasn't the strongest character in the Tournament of Power. There were several other characters that were even on the same playing field or much higher, such as Goku, Vegeta, Jiren, and of course that elusive Beerus. So he is mad and just destroying everything, but he thinks that if he can go back to the drawing board, if he can go back to training, he may be able to breach that gap and get even closer, because look what happened before and how far of a gap he closed the last time he trained. And that is when he hears an ominous voice, and this voice is completely insulting them and belittling Frieza's importance, basically telling him that you're having a temper tantrum, look at the mess you made. This being looks awesome. This is by far one of the best designs that I've seen an angel have up to this point. Personally, for me, obviously all the angels look the same, similar anyway, they just have very small differences, but I always thought that the Grand Priest looked the best. Obviously he is the top tier dog, but he has the best look. He's small, sort of like Kid Buu, so he's menacing, we all know that from Dragon Ball, but his outfit, everything about him just seems so much more regal than the rest of the angels. Well, this guy, he looks like an angel rogue, like an angel that's been wandering the universes, just causing a whole bunch of trouble. And this guy absolutely is trouble, but he tells Frieza that his plan to kill and fight all these strong beings, including the gods of destruction, as he said before, and with the inclusion of the threat that he made against the Omni King during the tournament, it's never going to be accomplished. He's never going to finish this goal. He tells Frieza that he is nowhere near strong enough at his current power level to even contend with the highest contenders in the galaxies, in the universes, and that he feels such an immense hatred boiling inside of him that if he honed it, he could have potential, but as of right now, he needs to stop what he's doing and quit while he's ahead. And Frieza has no idea who this guy is, and he asks him who he is. This guy simply answers, a being above you. And this is something that more than likely Frieza did not want to hear today, but he is curious about this guy and why he's able to float in space. I don't think he's put two and two together that this guy could be an angel, and the only reason that this angel's here because Frieza was being extremely loud in his destroying of everything around him, so this being came to see him. Well, Frieza decides enough is enough, and he aims his finger at this being with a blast shooting from it, hitting this dude right in the face with an epic explosion. Frieza, he isn't worried and is about to go back to his business of destroying planets when he hears the being once again. Now, this being did not take the hit. He didn't take this head on. He seemed to have made a portal and sort of dodged it that way, similar to Janemba. And he tells Frieza, you don't seem to know who I am. And he tells him that he is an angel, and that sends shivers down Frieza's spine. And just at that moment, Goku, Vegeta, and Whis all feel this strange ki, and they don't know what to make of it, but Whis looks extremely worried. He feels something amiss, and he is scared. Goku realizes that this ki is going crazy, and it seems to be somewhere that they can go travel nearby, and Vegeta is completely on board because he thinks it could be a brand new enemy. Goku decides to go check it out, and Whis smartly tells him, like, bro, you cannot breathe in space. Let me go with you, that way I can keep you protected and you can, stay alive, because he realizes that these attacks, this ki, is happening in outer space. So he goes with Whis and they teleport to find our mysterious angel about to finish off Frieza. And he looks over at Whis and says, wow, it's crazy to find you here living in the 7th universe. It's been far too long, Whis. And I love this shot. This is my favorite panel in this chapter of this Dragon Ball fan manga because I love the way that this character looks, for one, but that squinty eye thing that he does, Whis does that all the time, and for some reason it just seems so menacing. Like, this guy doesn't have a care in the world, doesn't really care about anything, whether or not he lives, he dies, he kills, he lets live, whatever. And you can see it in those eyes. And of course you see Frieza in the back, he's taking quite a beating, he's done. And at this point now, going into the next panel, he actually is done. This guy kills Frieza again. Goku asks a flurry of questions like who you are, why you're here, and why the hell did you just kill Frieza? And this guy recognizes Whis, tells Whis that he hasn't changed a bit, and he's wondering if the Grand Priest from before is still in charge, taking commands from delusional children. And that is when Goku puts two and two together and is like, wait a minute, you're an angel? And this guy says yes, his name is Murno. He is not only Whis' best friend, but he's also Whis' older brother, and in fact the strongest of all angels, and that is why Whis is so afraid. He is from a forgotten time, a long time ago, in an era where the strongest mortals and gods lived in the multiverse in the destroyed universe 13. And that's when Murno creates a portal and tells them that's as much information as I'm giving you right now. This is not the time and the place for a family reunion, although give the rest of my family my love. And that's when Whis calls out to him one more time, begging him to stay, but Murno says he's got other plans and this is not the time, but he will be seeing him very, very soon. And that is where he leaves, and that is the end of chapter 1. And I gotta tell you guys, this is the story that I would have kind of liked to have gotten from Dragon Ball Super's manga. I mean, I like the story that we're going so far, but I really don't have an affinity or a liking to Beerus. Now, Murno is Beerus done right. He is from an erase universe, he is vindictive, and he's out to destroy or cause chaos or whatever, because it doesn't seem like he's going to kill the Omni Kings or the other brothers that he's got, but he's got other plans, and I'm wondering what they could be, as opposed to Beerus, who's basically just kind of like a trainee and, you know, training Goku and fighting with the Galactic Patrol, but I guess he can't fight too hard because he's going to break the rules. You know, I like this version a lot better. This is Beerus done excellently. Anyway guys, if you made it to this point of the video, you are now part of the hashtag end of video squad. Thank you guys so much for making it to this point. Make sure to drop your comment with that hashtag for a chance to be featured in my next video. Today I'm going to be responding to Genesis Alchemia. Watching this just before I start my shift, honestly I have to say this is one of the most interesting videos for me personally that you have done in a while. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I am also a working man, so I understand how it's like to get ready for your shift and watching things on YouTube right before your shift, so I'm honored that you're watching my videos. And yes, the Caulifla storyline is very, very interesting because it doesn't have any fighting right now, but it has a lot of character development for a character that has only had fighting and no character development. But I understand what you're saying. I hope you find more of my videos interesting in the future, and thank you so much for watching. This is going to be Blackscape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content.